Welcome to the first episode of Fresh is the Word. I'm your host, K Fresh. This is a podcast about music and it's about wrestling, a couple things that I really love to talk about. And for this first episode, I have a hip hop artist from Detroit named Finale. He's a good friend of mine. We actually used to be roommates at one time. And just a quick note about this interview, I actually interviewed Finale a few months ago, just before him and fellow Detroit hip hop artist Miss Corona went on a 2 month tour of France, and they actually just came back just a few days before that horrific terrorist attack happened in Paris. So I'm super glad that they were able to get out of harm's way. But when I think about it, it's like that shit hit really close to home. And my thoughts really go out to the people out there in Paris because not only did those terrorist attacks shake up a whole country and even the world, it shook up a music community that's not much different than any of ours here in Detroit or anywhere around the world. So that really hit close to home for someone like me or anybody that's just into going out and seeing some good music. So without further ado, let's get to the interview with Finale.
Fresh is the word.
Are you drinking? I'm drinking too.
Yeah, we having fun.
All right, we're gonna have some fun here. I mean, yeah, we used to be roommates for a few years, and that was just that was some fun times, wasn't it?
Yeah, man. You got to watch me record Pipe Dream and the Promise, argue with my label, watch Tate and the Gorilla Funk Mob, break up, make up, and do all of that shit. Like, lots of good times, bro. That's what's up.
Got to hear you argue with your girl a lot.
Oh, a lot, man. Yeah, but look at us now. We married, man. We're the beautiful son, and
I probably heard your son being conceived.
oh, you heard a lot of conception.
Those are the, those are the days, you know. Those are the days.
Oh
Yeah, I
yeah,
heard a lot of conception. Yeah, I think you made our other roommate jealous. You know.
Oh yeah, it was definitely. I guess it was an indirect competition, but you know, it just is what it is. But those were great days, man. It was just I lived in the studio. It was good, man. I mean, it was just being in and out and just taking your truck whenever I need to go somewhere. Yeah, that was cool, man. You know?
Right. Yeah. You're like Fresh. I need to go somewhere. Can I borrow your truck? And I'm like, all right. How long are you gonna be gone? And I'm like, I'm just going to the grocery store.
I come back like 2 hours later.
2 hours later,
Yeah,
I'm
man.
like, all right, okay, whatever. But those were good times. That was, and I remember kind of like the seed of your newest album, Odds and Ends that you did with Oddisee just kind of came during that time.
Yeah, man, that was I was still doing the pipe dream thing, so I was in and out of the house a lot, doing traveling, and I was already working with Mello a lot, so they was copping a few verses here and there from me and Invincible, so I was already dealing with Mike and Mello, but I was already working with Oddisee, so it just is what it is. I was working with Oddisee, Kev, and Rod, all them dudes, low budget, that's family anyway, so it just was kind of a good fit. So just they approached me about it, and it just seemed like the right fit. The problem was I had just signed the other deal for Pipe Dream and the Promise, and when Mike and Oddisee approached me, I mean, I went back to Interdependent, and I was like, man, I gotta do this. Like, I want to do that project, but I want to do this project. Maybe this could be something I could do on the side in the meantime. So, I'm glad it all worked out. But yeah, it was a good opportunity, and I was always looking forward to working with Amir. So his sound is different. So, and I trusted his sound. So, certain producers I don't have to like even look,
Right.
check them. You know what I'm saying? So he could do what he do, and I could do what I do. I knew the project would be dope. So
Are you still? Do you still have something that you have to do for IM?
uh, I I mean, if I am ever,
Do they still do anything?
I don't think so. No, no. But if they wanted to, they could. I loved being on I Am so much. If they reformed and they wanted to do another project and they wanted to drag me back in there to do that album, then I would do it willingly. Like it was just cool. Not just because my big brother ID was on. That's how I got with Interdependent. But it was just a cool label, man, and just dealing with him and Dom and just being on the same label as like, man, I was on the same label as me, Tanya Morgan, Jay Davy, Canibus, K9, and like Shia, my boy Shia. He's dope. He's from the West Coast, but like that was just like that was a really dope album, a dope label in general. But it's a dope vibe, man. Being in the office was cool, chilling. You know what I'm saying? But I really enjoyed being on that. I mean, I remember the first time I met Canibus. It was the craziest shit ever. And nobody believes this story, but like,
Yeah, I remember you telling me this back in the day.
yeah, where he was like waiting in the garage. He didn't eat in the house with nobody. He would eat in the garage. So he was in the garage with his girl, and my boy ID took me over, and he was like, "Yo, I want you to meet Canibus." And I looked in the house, and I looked over there, like, "Why you eating in the garage?" And he was like, "Yo, he don't like to eat with nobody else." So he went over to introduce me, and he kind of looked at my hand, and he cocked his head to the side and stepped back, and I don't know, like, look, I don't care if you Jay-Z. If you have an attitude, or I could sense some superstar nature about you, or whatever it is. I understand it's a natural instinct of something you don't know to back up, but if you act a certain way, it don't bother me none. So I just said, fuck it. I was like, fuck him. And I turned around and went in the house. So it's cool, but like I went in the house, and he came in the house, and I guess the label was trying to do something, I don't know, corny, but they was playing like my music so he could hear it. So he was in the kitchen, and then he came in the studio, like in the house where they was playing the music. He was like, "Yo, who is that?" And they was like, "Yo, that's him. That's Finale." So he was like, "Yo, man, come to the kitchen. I gotta holler at you, just him." So I went to the kitchen. I was like, "Yo, that's what's up. All right, we meet now." So I dap him up, and he was like, "Yo, man, let me explain to you how I did that 100-bar joint." You know what I'm saying? But if we just start talking about rhymes and lyrics and him being on the same tour bus as Run DMC, and he was like, "Yo, you want to come to the studio with me?" And I was like, "Yeah." So I went to the studio, and that was some good times, man. Like it was crazy. It was some other things that happened that I would not put that brother out there like that, but you know what I'm saying? Like aliens and shit, but like he had he's definitely a unique. It's a reason that he's a genius. That's what I would say. Geniuses are some of the weirdest motherfuckers out here.
Correct, right.
And but like it's a reason that he is a genius, dog. Like lyrically, it still ain't nobody really on his level. It's certain people that pop up, so he's one of those dudes. So
Right, that whole IM situation did have a nice stable of people that really represented indie hip hop at that time.
yeah, that was a great. I look at labels like this, man, because I done hopped on and off a few labels, but like it's boutique labels that pop up, and it's that it label all the time. So I hear labels about I'm gonna be that shit and I'm running the game, but to truth be told, is always gonna be a label, indie label. You know what I'm saying? So right now, and it looks like for a long time, it's gonna be Mello Music Group. So they have a solid roster, and they have an uncanny ability of like resurrecting legends, like for Razcast, like to be putting records out. You know what I'm saying? Is amazing, and dope records at that. But like for everybody for me. You know what I'm saying? For everybody for out. Not that I'm a legend or nothing, but it's like dope that everybody like to Big Pooh, to Red Pill, to people I came up with, to Quelle, somebody I always wanted a record from when he was in Wasted Youth and all that stuff. But like it definitely is like a breath of fresh air. You know, Mello is a solid label. They got a solid roster, and they stay true to good music. You can't beat that. Any label that got Georgia and Dudley, you can't beat that. So that's what's up.
Right, yeah. Mello has a nice stable of artists too that, like you said, they're kind of like, when it comes to the indie hip hop thing, they're kind of like the it thing these days, and they're doing it quite well.
Yeah, they got a great roster, man. It's just and great lineup of producers, man. MCs and everybody, man. But like a lot of them, I got personal relationships with. Like, I love that Ken Starr album. That's the homie. I love that Hassan Maki. Any project Hassan Maki has ever put on Mello, I love it. And I'll stand by it. And that's my brother. So, like, I got a blood brother, but Hassan is also considered my blood brother too. But like,
yeah, Hassan's the dude, man.
Whatever he needs, I got him. He already know that. That's Rochester anyway. That's like second home. But like, it's definitely in. It's got Apollo Brown. Guy's okay. You know what I'm saying? He's alright.
He's okay. He's alright.
Nah, that's my brother, man. I've been knowing him for a while. I've been knowing him from the beginning. So it's crazy. Like a lot of people that I've messed with, I've known from like jump from the beginning. So it's crazy to see like Apollo. Like I've known them before they became whatever name you think you know them as. So he gonna kick my ass. I've known Apollo before Apollo was Apollo. I've known Hudson Mohawk. I've known Knowledge. I've known Beat Butcher. I've known like all these dope producers. Like it's just crazy. And then my wife brings it up. She's like, "What you think? They all like blew up." I was like, "It's dope. I'm proud of them, everybody, man. Because I've already got my time in with them, so it's cool. You know what I'm saying? But like, it's all family or whatever. But it's just crazy. And to see like DJ Final from Norway popping off, you know what I'm saying? Now he's what, Cashmere Cat or something? So he's doing his big time thing. But it's just crazy, bro. The progression of music and everything. It makes me want to start a label or do something, but we'll see, man. I'm thinking about a lot of things. So
yeah, I think with Apollo, I think a real turning point with him was with the track that you did with him. It wasn't even an album track. It was Bang Bang.
That's to tell you the truth, that man, I used to fuck with that dude so much. Like, I know he got pissed at me. He would give me a CD of like 60 beats, and I picked Bang Bang, and he hates that beat to this day. But I knew that joint was that's the joint, like, and we did it, and it took off, and I mean, I still love that joint. So he might not like it no more, but I told him in the beginning, you know what I'm saying, I was gonna rap to it, and it turned out dope. It's one of the situations where what may not sound amazing to a producer at the time, it'll sound a lot better with a MC could pull it together, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it's like a 50-50 deal, and that same thing with the other thing. So, but yeah, so I was happy that turned out. We did a few joints together, but we were supposed to do a project together, but he kind of came in when I was wrapping up Pipe Dream, and then I was also like hopping over to the next thing, but I was in and out of town all the time, so he would pop up at the lab and we would get to recording. We recorded a lot, but we just could never get that project out. So hopefully that happens one day. So
Oh, it'll happen.
we'll see.
We'll see.
That's my brother, but we'll see. He's a superstar now.
He's a superstar now. He's always in Europe right now.
Gotta wait in line,
Gotta wait in line, I always got those European tours with whoever he's doing the album with at the moment.
Oh yeah. No, he's got a beautiful baby girl now. So and a fiance. So definitely proud of him. So that's what's important. Not the beats and the raps and all that blah 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 split. So
The rapidy rap.
means nothing.
Okay, so since Pipe Dream and Promise, it's been about 5 years or so that we haven't had a project from you. Now we have odds and ends, and I know during that time you were dedicated towards your family. You had a son and whatnot. Kind of talk about what you're doing during that time.
Working, man. I went back before Pipe Dream. I was working at an engineering firm, and that was a great job, but it just wasn't for me. I was too young for it. Some jobs you're too young for, and some jobs you just don't fit in. Like everybody at the job was like 45 and up, and I was just like 20. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it was just like it just wasn't really the right fit for me. But
nobody wants to work with or hear anything from
all they talked about was Fast and the Furious. I hated that shit. You know what I'm saying? I didn't care about that movie. You know what I'm saying? But like, it's just like, yeah, we work on cars. It's great. Yeah. But like, everything was like just old men talking about midlife crisis cars and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it was just, I just needed a change. So I gave myself 6 months back then. And then, when I found out my girl was pregnant, then I kind of just put the brakes on everything. And that was like right after I signed the deal with Mello and everything. And I gave Mello a deadline, and I said, you need to get me the beats in by this time or I can't make no promises. So I got the beats like right before she went into labor, and I couldn't really, make any promises with that. But it dragged itself out. Just because life dragged itself out, I didn't go back into engineering. I wanted to, finish school and things like that, but I actually wanted to. So I wanted to. I don't know. I wanted to finish school, and then I didn't really think. I just hit the ground running. Whatever I could get, I was working. So at one point, I was working 3 jobs, and I would like work one job at like a steel plant, where we was lifting like tons of steel like on a crane.
Right.
And it was like I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. But and it was like this one dude, the manager, he had a hook on his hand. And they were like, "Why? You know why he got the hook on his hand?" And I was like, "Nah." He was like, "Don't ever stick your hands in between the bars or whatever." But I saw so many guys get like fucked up on that job, man. But like I would work that job, get off, come home, sit down for like 30 minutes, go to another job, do that, come home, sit down for about an hour, get up, and drive all the way out to West Bloomfield, and work till like 5 or 6 in the morning, and come home and do it all over again, like round and round and round and round and round. But I didn't care, man. I was trying to do for my family, so it didn't matter. But I knew it wasn't time to go back to music, so.
And I know. There's one thing I know about you. You're super loyal, and you're super about your family. And I know growing up, you didn't have your father around, so I know that was important to you to be around.
Yeah, it was very important. I didn't have a dad, so at all. I mean, I have pops. I mean, I have my grandfather, but I have a pop. I don't know what the fuck my pops look like. So it was just, it's a lot of people with that same story. So I never really, it's not like a super sorrow-filled breakdown moment. There's a lot of dudes in the hood who don't know their pops, and then outside the neighborhood or whatever. But it's just it's a sad trend. But no, all I had was my mom's and my grandfather and my grandma. But they all looked out for me. So it was just it's just crazy that me and my wife kind of mirror my grandparents like to the T. So, and I did not plan for that to happen at all. It just.
Wait, how so? How do you?
Well, my grandfather used to sing in a group.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and and I guess the group was pulling out of town, and they got a deal, And then my grandmother came in the picture, and she kind of kept him back, and he slowed down. He stopped. You know what I'm saying? So he chose family over music. So, but he's the model dude, man. He takes care of everybody. He's that dude. He's the nicest guy in the world. So, I'm like him, and he does whatever to please my grandmother. You know what I'm saying? She kind of she's the queen. So
Right.
And my wife is the same way. That's why they're best friends and stuff like that. They're twins, I call them. So, but yeah. So me and my grandfather are the same, and she's exactly like my grandmother. So that's just crazy. So my grandmother's like, every time I call, she's like, "Hi, Derek. Is Bethany there?" Like, she don't even want to talk to me no more. So it's just Bethany. So that's it. So that's how. It's just crazy that I never knew that it was parallel like that. You know what I'm saying? But our dynamic between the two of us is like their dynamic, and you know what I'm saying. It's just crazy. So just family stuff, man. So
You've always kind of struck me as someone who, puts family first, but at the same time, you're like the person in the family that kind of holds everything together, even if it's just your immediate family, or with, your brothers, sisters, aunts and uncles, whatever. You're that person who kind of keeps a cool head.
I got a cool head when it pops off. That's just my grandfather in me. He's cool no matter what. Nah. My grandmother is another story, and my wife is another story. She's the bulldog of the family, so she don't really, she don't have a filter. I do. I like to smooth the situation out. She likes to just say fuck the parachute and just hop right off the plane and and just take them out. So she, and that's what balances us out. So I'm not really the one who holds it together. She holds it together. I'm the one that steps in when I sense that somebody about to get it. So you know what I'm saying. So like my son started school and certain issues came up, but I would rather me be the one to talk to the teachers than her to pop up, because that not gonna go well. So it's a long-term thing. I don't need her shutting the school down or something like that. So I'd look at it like that. I'm not the one who holds it together. So I'm just kind of the cool, the calm, collected one. So that's it.
Right. As someone like me who really, I don't know if I'll ever go into fatherhood.
Oh, whatever, man.
I don't know. It's a crazy concept to me.
Whatever, man. It'll be crazy until you do it, until you see a baby. So don't worry. You'll be ready when it happens.
I might be one of those like older fathers.
Oh, like the what's the dude's name? Tony. Dude who was 70 or whatever.
Oh, Tony. Like, what was
Tony Robbins or whatever his name.
Yeah, it's Tony Randall.
Yeah, Tony Randall. Yeah, he's like 70 something.
I don't know if I'm gonna be a 70-year-old.
You might.
Like,
it's cool.
Maybe like
do it.
40 or 50-year-old.
Okay.
Father, but
Right.
I had too much going on in my life not to be like. I can't even like fathom being a father right now, and I look at it like I love your son Caden. I love my niece and nephew. I love my friends' kids. When I look at them, I'm like, oh, if I had to, I don't know if I can handle all this.
It's a different world, man. So it changes everything. So that's what kids do. That's what marriage does. It changes everything at different ways and different points, man. So you never know. Never say never, man. It'll happen. But I mean, it'll happen at the right time. But when it happens, you're gonna jump. You'll be ready.
Yeah, I'll never say never, but it's just
You'll be
something
ready.
that like
You'll be ready. Some little girl, running up to you, and you buying her everything. So yeah, man, I could see you having a kid or two.
Yeah, we'll see.
Or 5, right?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. If I ever have kids, it's going to be a kid or 2. None of this None of this, 10 of us thing.
Oh no, come on, man. You don't want to you don't want one of those shows?
No, I don't want one of those shows on TLC.
Oh,
no, 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 no. No, 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 no.
Oh,
No.
yeah, man. But I've known you for a minute, man. You're the man. I don't know if you ever really thought about it. I'm sure you have.
I have thought about it, and I'm understanding it more now than I did when we were roommates.
Yeah, you're the man.
But it's still like my last relationship really it still haunts me because it was so just terrible, and I just totally got like so sucked into it. It was a relationship. It was a situation. And I'm never gonna speak her name on this podcast, but it was ruining my life. It was sucking the life out of me,
Oh wow.
But I mean, even when we were roommates, you saw the few girls that I would bring back to the
Oh
crib,
yeah, man. Me and Bethany wanted to jump on them so bad, but it's just we don't like seeing you going out like that, man. So you're a nice dude. So you would always hook up with the one. We knew she wouldn't be around that long. So
I always like in hindsight, I'm always looking like I feel like all the girls that kind of like I got together with, like saw something in me at face value that once they got around me, it was totally different. Like the whole DJ thing or the whole writer thing.
yeah.
And they thought maybe I would like whisk them off into this crazy world of partying and drugs and drinking and meeting rappers and stuff like that. But no, I'd rather just stay at home and watch TV or something, like watch some wrestling or whatever,
Yeah.
I don't know. It just I don't move fast,
No,
so.
you like to keep it separate, and being separate is a great thing. Like me, I before I met her, like before I met my wife, like I kept it completely separate. I did not talk to any woman at any show. That just wasn't my thing. Like anytime a show was working, I go to the club, I say what up, make my rounds. And then I go to the back. I get a drink and I go to the back in the corner or somewhere and I stay there. I don't hop in nobody's face, and then that's it. Or if I meet a girl, I didn't pay attention. When I met my wife the first couple times, like I literally did not look her in the face. Like it just wasn't my thing, like to meet anybody in the club. But definitely like, nah, man, you want to keep those things separate. You don't want to meet anybody while you at quote unquote work, because they think that that's you 24/7. So when when the lights go on and the music stops and they see you and you watching Sci-Fi Channel all the damn time, like that's not what they signed on for. They think you're supposed to be K-Fresh 24/7, and that's not it. So you ain't got time. It's exhausting, bro. Like how the fuck I'm gonna be K-Fresh all damn day?
Dude, it's totally exhausting, man. It's totally exhausting, man. I would say, well, none of those girls would just always like, complain that, maybe I don't talk that much, I'm like, look, I gotta talk to people all the time, man.
Right. Just
I
chill. Can we just shut up for a second? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like the perfect relationship I would want to be in is with someone that we can be in the same room together and not have to talk to each other. I can be in one part of the room reading a book, and she can be in another part of the room reading a book, and it would be cool. But we still enjoy each other, and we talk when we talk,
That's great in a perfect world, but you need somebody to balance you out, because my wife talks a lot, and it's just I don't talk at all. I don't talk enough. So the funny thing is, she'll be like, what do you think about this? And I'm like, that's cool. What do you think about that? I was like, and it's not enough. So she'll be like, oh, you acting funny now. You got an attitude. And I was like, I just don't have enough words. I don't feel like it.
That's my problem too. I just don't have the words for what you're looking for right now to have, like, when I'm in interview mode or podcast mode or or even at the club or whatever, I might talk more. I'm in a whole other mode.
Yeah.
But when I'm like out and about, just trying to chill, just trying to, whatever, I don't talk that much. I don't have something to say about every subject, you know.
Yeah.
So sometimes it just doesn't, you know, and sometimes that's just not enough.
Yeah. It just, I see what you're saying. It's just, but I need her. I need her to balance me out. So that's cool. Like, we still have an understanding. You don't want it to get awkward to where you're looking at each other like that. Like, she don't like you, and you don't like, when you start noticing those differences. But you gotta appreciate those differences. So we're polar opposites, but we fit together well. But I had to learn that from talking to people that I was exactly like. Like, you don't want to talk to anybody exact. I thought it would be amazing to talk to somebody who was exactly like me, but it's pretty damn boring. Like,
Right.
to talk to somebody who's exactly like. So no, she keeps me grounded and keeps me balanced, and I don't never second guess it. So that's cool.
Yeah, I know when you and her were, you know, first kind of together, you guys butted heads a lot.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, how are you able to just smooth things over and be a family man, be a husband and wife?
Man, we just I don't know. We just learned to appreciate the differences for what they were. In the beginning, it was like, nah, why you like that? And she would look at me like, why you like that? And it would just feel like, I don't got time for this. And they would just back and forth and arguing. But then it would get to be to the point we would argue, and she'd be like, well, pick me up from the damn airport. And I was like, well, when we just arguing 5 minutes ago and shit, like, it was just like that. But like, we had to learn to appreciate that. Like, I know how she's gonna be, she knows how I'm gonna be. She knows I'm not good with money. I don't know how to say no. She knows how to manage it. Like, you gotta build a partnership, you know what I'm saying? And she's the perfect partner. She's there. I can work, I can leave and go get the money, but I can bring it home, and she could hide it and make sure I don't have it. If I have it in my face and he looks at me and she looks at me, I'm gonna just buy it and spend it all up. But I'm not gonna say no, and then I'll look up and be like, I ain't got no damn money left, and she'll be like, well, what happened to the money? And I'm looking like, well, you asked me for something, so I bought it. I didn't say no, and so it ain't really my fault. So, but like, she knows how to manage it all. So she's the perfect. My grandparents are the same way. My grandfather made the money. My grandmother invested it all, and they sitting pretty. So that's how I want us to be. So I gotta figure something different, because I hate my fucking job, and I want us to have that kind of money. So I'm gonna spend this next 2 months in France, like, really, gathering some ideas to figure out how to, figure some things out. So it's gonna be a different kind of a ball game when I get back. So
Yeah, that's kind of like in the place where I'm in, but I don't have a wife or anything.
not yet.
But I'm, you know, the first steps towards getting out of the job that I hate, but still being able to provide for myself. You know? But the one thing, and that's great that you have that in your life. All these, girls that I'd be out with, that it was just like, they just felt like I just had like an endless supply of money or something. And I'm like, I just have this shitty job,
Right.
like office job. I'm not making $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 a year, man.
Right.
We can't go out and spend and blow a lot of money at the bar.
You make good
Every
money
night.
though. All you ate was like you like Wimpy on Popeye. You just ate like hamburgers and ketchup, like just hamburgers all day. That's all you ate, hamburgers. And I didn't think, like, not even like the big hamburgers. You ate like the kid hamburgers. So I knew you had money because all you ate was a hamburger. And you would be like, what you want to go eat? I would want to go eat like a Whopper. And you would be like, oh, just give me a hamburger with ketchup on it, like $1 hamburger.
That's the thing about me. I always get the cheapest thing on the menu.
A
It doesn't
hamburger.
matter where we go. We can go to a place that has all expensive food, and I will literally get the cheapest thing on the menu. It just it's what's in me. I don't know. And I'm not being a cheapskate. It's literally the thing that I like. Like, I'm back. Even if I go to Taco Bell now, I'm back to getting the soft taco.
Taco Bell's cheap no matter what you buy at Taco Bell, technically.
But I still won't get the big new thing that they have on the menu that's $5.99 or whatever, you know?
The Craptastic 1000
Or
whatever
whatever.
it is,
Yeah,
that makes you boo boo.
The nacho that's mixed with the Doritos, that's mixed with the chili, that's mixed with the cheese, that's whatever
That's
they
what
have, in that's wrapped in 3 burritos,
Yeah.
like that's $4.99 and then $6.99 with the meal. You know,
Yeah, the
no,
bathroom
I'll
buddy.
still get the simple, soft taco. It just it's not it's kind of me being frugal, but at the same time, I like the simple thing on the menu.
Yeah.
And you saw that a lot when we were roommates.
Yeah. You just eat the same thing. You never ate anything. You ate like Hot Pockets and
No, I used to always make
hamburgers.
spaghetti.
Or you made taco meat and used to freeze it, and you used to eat that, like unfreeze it, then make quick tacos.
Oh yeah, I would cook the taco. I'd cook a bunch of taco meat.
That's nasty.
I would eat enough for my the meal at that time, but then I would put the rest in the refrigerator, then microwave it up later.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, that's perfect, man. No, that's good.
It's pretty nasty.
No, that was good.
Yeah. You're horrible.
No, it was really good. And I know what I was doing with my little meals, but I always ate spaghetti every day.
You did always eat spaghetti.
Tate used to always clown me about that.
Yeah, and Tate used to make salmon all the time.
You would
Yeah.
make salmon all the time.
All the time. Salmon.
And he would make like different like meals.
Salmon stuff, yeah.
Like it would just be like a salmon burrito or something like
Yeah,
that.
salmon everything. Yeah.
Salmon everything.
Salmon sandwiches.
Salmon sandwiches, salmon meals, salmon everything, man. All salmon everything.
Tate salmon.
Salmon. We'll call Tate the salmon guy. I'm surprised he didn't wear pink shirts.
Pink shirt. Oh yeah.
Like salmon.
I see. Oh, that was pretty clever. Pretty clever.
I get clever every once in a while.
Yeah, especially when you got Crown Royal in your cup. Yeah.
I have nothing in my cup right now.
Oh man, it's horrible.
But okay, let's rewind back a little bit to growing up in Detroit. How many brothers and sisters do you have?
One brother, one sister. They're both younger than me. And so
Oh, you're the oldest of the.
yeah, I'm the older brother.
You
Yep.
gotta keep them in check. I know you keep your sister in check.
Yeah, I can't keep my brother in check. Yeah. Brittany, I can't keep Brittany in check neither.
You got the
don't
rules
listen.
for her.
She don't listen to the rules, man. Nobody listen to the rules. My wife don't listen to the rules. Brittany don't listen to the rules. I got rules, but nobody listen to them. So, Kaden don't listen to the rules. It's all right. One day they'll listen.
That's being a man, I guess, in America. I guess.
Just being a man, being a black man with a black wife and everything. But, maybe, it's just a growing thing. But it's all right. I love her the same. She's all good. It's all good. I got rules, but it's all right. I don't follow the rules either. So that's what it is. See, she's standing right behind me. She's probably looking at me.
Yeah, she was pointing at you with like a smile on her face.
Yeah. She's throwing a root on me because she's from the Caribbean islands.
So how was it? What was your childhood like? What was it? What was the childhood finale? The childhood Derek Cooper.
Oh, you just gave my government on the podcast. It's horrible.
Uh-oh. They're gonna come after you now.
I ain't gonna get nothing. I ain't got nothing to give. Look at them whispering back there, whispering, sniggling, and giggling. No. Bun B.
Your wife is gangster though.
She is gangster.
She loves Spice One, man.
Spice One. I never thought I'd be with a woman who likes Spice One. She don't know nothing about King T. I guess growing up, I was the quiet dude. So I'm still the quiet dude. But
Yeah.
I was the guy that didn't really say nothing to nobody. So I couldn't say nothing to nobody. My grandmother was my teacher in school. So it was just a different kind of vibe. So I played a lot of sports. And then I started rapping when I got to college in Atlanta. And that was pretty much it. And then I got back to Detroit, and that's finale. So
What got you into rapping?
Somebody told me I look like a rapper. That's a true story.
So you're like, screw it, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it, man. No, I was on the strip in Atlanta. I was freestyling a lot, so I went to Morehouse and I met a lot of people, and I guess it just kind of stuck with me. I just like freestyling, and then I got back to Detroit, and then I started writing and working in my craft, and it just turned into something. So.
Once you guys, started rapping, come back to Detroit, what was, sort of like that experience, coming up in the Detroit scene like?
It was fun, you know what I'm saying? Meeting everybody. I graduated. I remember battling, traveling on buses with Hostile and, who else? Hostile, Killer Khan, Mo Dirty. Going to rap it with One Below, Elite, studio sessions with Trey Vaughn and Haircut, Mayor Hawthorne, I'm sorry. And it's just crazy, man. I mean, just meeting everybody and then hooking up with everybody from Cobb to Hex to Invincible to everybody, man. It's just, the scene really accepted me rather quickly, and it wasn't just a scene in Detroit. I hooked up with a lot of different people from a lot of places. So I put a few records out in the beginning with people in places I had never seen yet. So in Amsterdam and London, I put 12-inch records out in the beginning. And the first producers I messed with was from overseas. It wasn't from over here. So, yeah, man, it was just the Detroit scene was, it kind of helped that I went to high school with Contact from Lush, so I play football with Kamal. So now Kamal's on the radio now, and it's weird to cut the radio and hear him talking on 107.5 or hear Ike Love. You know what I'm saying? It's just funny. You know what I'm saying? The way the dots connect with everybody. But yeah, I've been in and out the scene. I met everybody, so it's just crazy. It's been a really accepting scene. A lot of love, a lot of funny acting people, but nobody ain't never said it to my face, so it's all good.
Yeah, because they think you about to punch them in the jaw.
I wouldn't punch anybody in the jaw. I'm a really nice guy.
You are, but you're a bigger dude, man. You might think you might punch him in the jaw though.
I could.
You could,
I would.
Give him one of those Roadhouse
boot blade kicks.
Boot blade kicks.
Yeah.
Just yeah.
You shouldn't laugh about Roadhouse. Roadhouse is a great movie. It's a classic
Dude,
movie.
it is a great. Has Terry Funk in it.
Yeah, but let me explain how Roadhouse changed my life.
Oh, do tell, please. Do tell. This is great podcast right here. Great podcasting right here.
All right, Dalton. He's a bouncer at a club. That's like, he's already in the club. They call him down because he's the enforcer to clean up a club. Gets there. Goes to the top of a barn, does Tai Chi, goes to the club, cleans the club up. Then his daddy comes down, and they both kick ass. And there's a guy with a boot blade. Think he's gonna cut Dalton. Not gonna happen. Why? Because it's Dalton. Roadhouse. End of story. Amazing story. Change your life. I think everybody should watch it. If you watch the Titanic or you watch movies like that, you know what I'm saying? I think Roadhouse could change your life. So,
dude, and the Brett Wesley character is one of the best villains.
I know. I was waiting.
Film.
I was waiting for him to get it. Dalton. Yes. Yeah.
One of the best villains, and he was just an asshole.
That's right.
But he was so a seething asshole,
Right.
It was great.
But he wasn't Dalton.
It wasn't Dalton, though.
I love that movie. Like, I'm serious about that movie. I wish I had a Roadhouse t-shirt. I'd wear it every day.
There probably is somewhere you can get a Roadhouse t-shirt.
Tattoo.
Online.
Yeah. I need something like that.
If you Google, there's probably somewhere, there's probably a whole assortment of Roadhouse t-shirts at this point. There's a t-shirt for everything.
When I go in the club, I don't even think about rapping. I just think I'm going to clean this shit up like Dalton. Like that's what I think when I go in, and then I look, okay, I'm getting paid so to rap, but really I come in prepared to clean that shit up, like Dalton.
In a way, you kind of do that with your rapping. I've been to countless shows of yours. You go up there, you can do one song.
And it's like I dodged the boot blade.
Yeah, it's like your Dalton going in there doing roundhouse kicks, and every other rapper in there.
You make a lot of sense right now.
I mean, that's why I do what I do.
That's why you're K Fresh.
That's why I'm K Fresh.
You're
That's
the man.
why I started this podcast to make sense of the world.
And it makes sense of Roadhouse. It adapts to everybody's life. I think it's
It does.
oh man. I never thought about it like that. That's what's up. Oh yeah. Cool. Thank you. You changed my life. with this.
You're like the Dalton of hip hop.
Wow. Just blew my mind right there. Psh, for real.
Blow my mind.
I think that needs to be like finale, the Dalton of hip hop. Yeah.
Right there, man.
Yeah, I can see that. Boot blades don't matter. That's what's up.
You totally need to do a song about boot blades or something called Boot Blade or something called Roadhouse. Something, that references Roadhouse.
Roadhouse is a great movie.
Wait, have you ever referenced Roadhouse in any of your rhymes?
Not yet.
Dude, why not?
It's like an untouchable thing, man. It's classic. You know what I'm saying? You don't mess with that. You know what I'm saying? You can't touch classic. So
I mean, what do you think about the reboot they're thinking about doing?
that's horrible. That's a horrible idea. You can't remake a classic.
I mean, that's all they do, though.
No, you can't remake that. That is a classic. You can't remake it, and they want to have Ronda Rousey do it. That's not. It's not even a great idea. So
I mean, it could be cool,
no, it can't. She can't act.
Nah, she's probably not.
She's not Patrick Swayze. No, she's not. No, it's horrible. So I don't see that going over well. But might have some good moves in it, maybe. But
No, it probably has some good moves in it.
I'll still watch it though, just because I'm a critic. But that's what's up, man. That was great Roadhouse talk. That was great.
But kind of extending on that, like, it is undeniable that whenever you kind of just, walk into a situation, you do garner respect quite quickly.
That's not respect. That's just people don't know what to make of me. So I don't say anything. So if no one says anything around you, you don't want to say the wrong thing or approach them differently. So
Do you think you're intimidating in any way?
I don't look at it like that. Some other people might look at it like that, but I don't really care. I mean, I do what I want, say what I want. I don't care. So rap is just rap. You know what I'm saying? It's probably only 5 people I know on this hip hop scene. I'll say it, who actually do what they rap, and who I respect on that level. That I know exactly what they're saying. They actually do. So it's this Trick. So he has a history of doing what he does. Of course there's Hex, Guilty. I mean, it's a couple others here and there, but there's people that I know. And then there's other people but it doesn't, you know what I'm saying? There's other people that I know. It doesn't bother me. So what? You know what I'm saying? I'm here, you're there. My hand's open, and I could smack the shit out of her. It don't matter. So,
And it's kind of funny, that situation, because what this podcast is about music and also about, like, professional wrestling. That's what this podcast is going to be about.
That's what rap is.
And that's what basically rap music is. It's very kayfabe, It's very... It's as much as, they try to be real, try to think it's real, they're really suspending reality in most cases, And a lot of it's so super scripted or predetermined in some way.
Well, it is scripted, but it's an image. I don't know, when you come up as a kid, you want to be something. You want people to know, like, what you go through. So they want to you want to live what you don't live on a regular basis or whatever. So until it comes crumbling down and we find out that that's not really what you represent. But really, I mean, is it really shocking that somebody isn't selling drugs all day?
Right.
How is that even possible? Like,
I mean, all the stuff that we grew up listening to. If you really look at the lyrics, I'm like, how can you actually do that, man?
well, some of them did. I mean, it's understandable that you did it, but for you to continue telling me that you still do it, but you tour 250 times out of a year, how much weight are you really moving? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not really believable, but I mean, real people know what real people do, and we know people who really do it, and it just is what it is. But like, it just rap is wrestling. Rap is it's a script. I mean, wrestling's entertaining, but you know what I'm saying? It was like, look, if you put, I don't know, shit, if you put a professional wrestler up against, I don't know, Tony Jaa, how would that pair? How would that work out?
Right.
He would just like knee him in the chest, and it would be a wrap. You know what I'm saying? But it's still sport. It's still a sport. Rap is a sport. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it just is what it is. But like it is, you want to live out through your lyrics. You want to live out your dreams through your lyrics. So that's all it is.
I think at one time I feel like hip hop and rap was like, you could see a clear, like they were if they weren't talking about themselves, they were talking about someone else.
Yeah, like Nas.
But now you have guys who are really taking a whole persona that's somebody else's onto themselves for entertainment
Yeah,
purposes.
yeah, yeah.
And a lot of us can kind of see through it, but it's still, they're really going in on it and trying to really believe their own story.
I don't really look. I mean, I look at it like, how else would you put it out there? You got kids that's like 18 talking about they kingpins on the block. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta be like 40. You know what I'm saying? To see any real money off that. You know what I'm saying? You don't come out the womb like killing the game. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm about to take over this corner, that corner. It's about to be like the wire out here. Like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't like that. So you gotta be like 50 or 40 to do it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's not believable at the end of the day. Yeah, I hear you and you running it and I get it, but it's really your uncle. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody that show up and give you a couple $100 and send you on your way for some Jordans or something like that. But
Right.
or you hung out with him and you was sitting in the passenger seat when he was making some moves. But it's just funny to me, man. It's just the way that rap is. I'm not on no real or fake because I feel like it's a yin and yang with hip hop, man. You need the bad like you need the good, and what might be bad to you is great to a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Like some people hate Lil Boosie, but some people, Milwaukee worships the shit out of Lil Boosie. Like, I mean, but it's a time and a place for everything.
Right.
When I'm in the club, I don't want to hear Quali talking about, rapidy raps, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I'm drinking and I'm in like a hood club. I don't want to hear Most Def pop off singing Umi Says. I don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I want to hear, Travis Scott or something crazy like that. You know what I'm saying? You want to hear some ignorant shit like that, but
Even at the times when I want to really hate on some of the stuff that might be on the radio or whatnot, there is a place for a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
And sometimes you'll hear stories that make you go, you know what, it's not too bad. Like there was a story that I saw recently where there was a fan of, what's his name, Fetty Wap,
yeah.
who said that he felt a lot more comfortable going out with his prosthetic eye because of him.
Yeah.
It's shit like that. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Some people
That's
latch
cool.
on, yeah.
That's cool, I'm glad that he's been able to have that effect on somebody.
Yeah, you never know what some people grasp at. You know what I'm saying? So some people grab certain parts of my songs and they like that, or they like the 7 Days joint because they hate their job too, or it's crazy shit like that. But you know what I'm saying? You never know why some people like a certain rapper or like a certain thing. It just is what it is, and then I'm sick of people fronting. It's like, look, we all start out with the backpack on. We all start out rapping 6-syllable words, and we all start out super scientific. all this shit. You know what I'm saying? But we all gradually gravitate towards we want money all of a sudden. When it comes down to it, at the end of the day, underground or not, you still want money, and it is what it is. So somebody like openly and blatantly rapping about money, what's the point? I mean, it wasn't like Special Ed and Slick Rick and all them dudes wasn't rapping about money back in the day. Oh, that's real hip hop, but Slick Rick got an eye patch full of diamonds. You know what I'm saying? And Special Ed got a solid gold dog bone. Like, I'm like, it's just a crazy. You a hip hop purist, and I hear you talking, but it's just funny, man. How some people think that they above something else, and it's what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying. If you don't understand drill music in Chicago, then you ain't from the Chi, so you don't know.
Right.
Just like people that rap triple and double time, and they don't understand that it all came from the Chi. You know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. Like, or like Crucial Conflict. If you don't know the backstory on things, don't even speak on it. So it just is. Or you don't know, like certain people like. Yeah, I like Mos Def. I like Common. And I like Resurrection Common more than this Common. But I still like UGK and Gangsta Boo. And I still like all them. I still like that the same way. I still like Young Bleed. I still like Mia X the same exact way. I even like Silk the Shocker. Like, you know what I'm saying? I even liked all of that stuff. I mean, past Detroit. I like hood music, but I still like Outkast. You know what I'm saying? It's just... It's like I said, it's a yin and yang, and it's a time and place for everything. And if you start limiting what you listen to and you start judging, then you miss out on like the little gems that might pop in on I think if you really listen to a Gucci Mane album, he probably says one amazing thing in it, but you just missed out on it because you just refused to listen to it.
Right.
Like, I told somebody one time, he's like, Jeezy is horrible. I was like, to be honest with you, I think Jeezy can low-key really rap. Like really spit.
Like, did you hear the last album that he did?
Yeah.
He had some really thought-provoking songs on there.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed it.
I like that one joint, what's the Fortune joint? Or what was it called? One with T.I.? The one he had a video for. That was dope.
I remember really liking that one Holy Ghost joint.
Yeah, he's definitely got some shit. But I mean, like, I've like, you can't put it past the rapper. It is a business at the end of the day,
right?
And you're gonna do what makes money, so you can't knock that at all. So anybody like this hustling to make their money or doing whatever they got to do, I don't knock them. It's just we choose a different path. That don't drive me, but it might drive me if I put a suit and tie on and go to work. It don't matter. But if your suit and tie is in the booth and you want to make money and capitalize on it, who am I to hate on your progress? So I want to get in and get out at work. If you just want to get in and get out with rap, that's your choice.
Right.
I choose to stick around a little bit, so that's what's up.
Yeah, and rap, everything does have kind of like a time and place. There's different. We've got to a point where there's sort of different sectors of hip hop and rap, and we're also at a point where hip hop is actually solidified in a maturation period. There's a grown folks audience.
Now it is.
Yeah. You're seeing things like The Roots are on late night TV now. You're seeing stuff like that.
I think people put their blinders up. It's just like nobody pays attention to age. Like, I told one kid, he's like, oh, the Wu-Tang is the shit, blah, blah, blah. But, like, I don't fuck with them old niggas. Like, they 50, you know what I'm saying?
They're older than most.
Yeah, so I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? Or somebody saying, my sister was saying, like, yeah, I listen to Jamie Foxx and blah, blah, but, like, I don't listen to these new singers. And I was like, but Jamie Foxx is like, you know what I'm saying? He's 50. Like, it's just Jay-Z, 50. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Kanye, he's pushing like 40-something. I'm just saying, it's just, you got to look at, like, there's no real age limit on hip-hop anymore. And we go through stages where you had where everybody coming out in hip-hop was like 13 years old because it was a gimmick or whatever. So Bow Wow was popping. And then you had, like, all the little ABC groups and all this stuff popping off.
Right.
But, like, now it's like, Scarface probably dropped the most amazing album this year, period. I don't see anything topping it. So, and I was waiting on that. I was waiting on that more than the Ghetto Boys album. But like that, Face, he can't never go wrong. So
Oh, they knew Scarface album is incredible. Probably one of the best of his career.
Yeah.
And he was on the Combat Jack podcast talking about it, and he was always talking about there's always people in his ear saying, "Oh, you got to reach the youth. You got to reach the youth." And he was like, "Man, fuck that, man." He's like, "You know who my audience is? It's y'all, 30, 40-year-olds. You know, the people that came up with me. The youth will get around to it if they want to. But I'm going to be speaking for the people that came up with me."
I mean, that's basically what it is, man. I mean, you got to rap for the it's a different audience. It's a mature audience, but you got to just rap about growing up. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? My album is about growing up. It just is what it is. I mean, these kids, they gonna have their own music. You know what I'm saying? I hate saying these kids, but like, you know, they gonna have their little dances. It's always been a song about a dance. It's always been a song about some stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? That they just wanted to do, and then you can't knock that. We all had that coming up too. It just is what it is. So the older folks are like, y'all listen to that bullshit, and you know what I'm saying? But it was just whatever was cool, you know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. You can't knock them or whatever. But at the end, we all grew up, we matured, and we realized that, hey, man, I'm liking this Tribe Called Quest shit. Let me go ahead and go listen to the whole, you know, discography and shit like that. But it takes a minute for you to graduate to a certain level. That's how I think. You got to go through the bumps and the bruises. So with everything, you got to go through the growing pains and everything with music. So, and you got to get your ass whooped a couple times. You know what I'm saying? It just to grow up. So, and get knocked on the head and get you know, an old head to wide, you know, get you hip to the game and everything. Right. So that's why I stick close to like a lot of older rappers and things like that.
And I think we're at a time right now where those original hip hop fans that were coming up with, you know, the birth of hip hop, whatnot, they're older now. They've had kids. The kids are out of the house now, so they're actually consumers again.
Yeah.
And they can appreciate the stuff that they liked before, either whether they're going to go back and revisit the stuff that they grew up on or find stuff now that sounds like that. So I feel like there is a place for, you know, the Scarface deeply rooted of the world now. I don't think that's something that will ever should go away.
No, it won't go away. There's certain rappers that can rap forever. Scarface is one of them. Busta Rhymes is another one. It's just, you know, there's a lot of rappers that just can do it forever and ever. There used to be an age limit on hip hop. I used to say this, like, DJs can DJ forever. Producers can produce forever. Ghostwriters can write forever. But rappers and the light, you gotta limit it. You gotta get it where you can get it, because you want a time limit. It's ticking. You know what I'm saying? So put your records out. Put them out as quickly as you can, and then gracefully bow out. But now you can take your time or whatever. I remember when Jay Electronica got signed to Rock Nation, and then it came out how old he was, and then, you know, Invincible came to me and she was like, "Yo, that's what's up. That's amazing." You know what I'm saying? And I was like, "Yeah, that's cool." But it's and it really was. It was an amazing thing. It definitely opened the door that somebody could sign a deal that big and to a major. And Jay been in it for a long time. You already know. So right. It's just amazing. And the fact that he just is playing cat and mouse with the game, like he don't care. You know what I'm saying? That's inspiring too. You can control your own destiny and how you do it and do what you want to do, and nobody can tell you otherwise. So that's him. So you might get an album from him, you might not. You know what I'm saying? He might be in Nepal, he might be in Peru. You know, he might be in somewhere else. So it just depends. I mean, but I just like the way hip hop is changing right now. There's still younger rappers that are students to the game or whatever. So they are learning to be students to the game. I'm getting sick of these new rappers coming out thinking I got that new shit, I'm changing it up. I mean, and I'm looking like, I've heard that, like,
we've been hearing that forever.
A million times. Like, shut up. Like, it's just,
everybody said their album was about to change the game.
Yeah, I bet that's been said a billion times.
A billion times.
About to shake shit up. Nah, it's just
yo, man, you can't just wait till you hear this new shit, man. It's crazy, son.
You know, so I'm definitely I like hearing newer rappers, man. New dudes with just a refreshing sound, but like a sound that even if it's an older sound, they got a sound where they pay attention to what came out before. So yeah, they gotta respect. You know what I'm saying? You gotta respect what came before you, and it's a lot of people, a lot of younger rappers that don't really respect what came before them, or they try to disrespect. But the minute we in your face, or the older rapper is in your face, you know what I'm saying? Like oh man, what can you teach me and blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? But I just heard you talking mad shit
Right.
about like older rappers or whatever. So
What about the flip where it's like you have these older rappers that are trying to be relevant with the newer guys, like doing the records that sound like the younger guys, dressing like them,
that's
even
corny.
though they're 40.
That's corny. Just be yourself, man. It's cool. You can already wrap circles around them, man. Just show them a thing or two. Do what you know is best. You don't gotta change your style, and you don't gotta adapt. You can adapt. Adapting is great, but adapt in your own particular way. Like figure your own sound out. Don't figure I gotta rap like in order for me to pop off, I gotta sound like the kid that's doing what's that fucking song where the dude is Watch Me Whip and all that shit. Like all these older rappers coming out, like trying to do these dance songs and all this shit. Like, nigga, you can't dance. Like, it's just a
The only old cat that I seen that can still dance is Kane.
no. That's yeah. Nobody can mess with Big Daddy Kane. So, and he still do the backflips and everything on stage.
Right,
That's
man.
hilarious. But like, but that's a respect thing. He's still staying true to what he knows best, and he's still Big Daddy Kane. You can't change his approach to the mic, his coolness to the mic. He ain't got to get all wild and jump back and forth and get all sweaty or whatever. He come out there cool, calm, and collected, and then show you how to do it. That's what I like with OGs. They can just show you like, sit back, let me show you how to do this. Let me show you how to control a crowd. Because these kids today don't know how to control. They figure they gotta yell at you, or they gotta jump or stage dive or do some crazy, shit or whatever to really pop off, and they gotta have a wow factor. When really, it's just a skills factor. That's back in the day. It was a skills factor, and ain't nothing wrong with that. Skills are skills. That's why certain rappers is excelling more than other rappers, because they figured out that it's really just skills. It ain't gotta be how hype you are. If you saying something and you saying it calmly and it's really comfortable, it'll do what it's supposed to do. So
Yeah, back in the day, it was hip hop was about a skills thing, a competition thing. The competition was feverish, especially around those the mid '90s time when a classic album was dropping weekly.
it was a delivery thing. I mean, it was really just and it was a different game. I mean, those dudes were getting major label deals. So between Hyro and everybody, and Souls of Mischief and everybody, those dudes you think are super underground were getting like top dollar from these major labels, because they were moving units and they had like a solid fan base. Hyro still has a solid fan base.
Oh yeah,
They have their own day. You know what
yeah,
I'm
they
saying?
own festival, man. Yeah, they
That's
just
amazing. And they tour once out of the year, and they kick back for the rest of the year. So that's amazing. That's a goal. They hustle differently on the West Coast, but I mean, it's always a dream, man. How to hustle your music. It's not what you're saying. It's how you push it, man. So it's just I was at a WWE with John Cena or somebody.
yeah.
He was working with Jake One, and
Yeah, Jake One did the theme song for his entrance music.
and my boy ID took me to the fight, and I saw E40 walk in like the president or something crazy. Like, but that's amazing that hip hop gets that much respect down there. But they work hard for that, man. You gotta respect that. They hustle differently, and it's no real animosity like it is here in Detroit, man. It's just a funny kind of thing how we hold each other back here. So
And even so, you've been always someone here in Detroit that's always tried to foster the young cats that's been coming up in the scene. It's not like you're not in a place where you can like make them a superstar or whatever, but you've always been open to giving them advice to be able to do this, do that, don't do this, don't do that.
I mean, I can't really call it advice. I mean, if they need to be pointed or turned somewhere in a direction, then I can tell them like, you want distribution, this is how you go about doing it. Or if you want this and that, then you could do that. But I don't look at it as like, me telling somebody how to make it or whatever. I've known everybody, see Clear Soul Forces come from some kids I met at the Ritz and on Hoover and 9 Mile to tour in Germany with Mobb Deep right now. So that's like dope. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? It's like, and then you got new cats like Nolan. So he's doing great things. But when I met Nolan when I got back from France, I told him, I can't manage you or nothing, but if you have any questions, you can ask me, and I'm an open book. I'm not gonna hold anything. There's no me not telling you something. Me on Mello and me, like, let's say you're a rapper, and I say, okay, go holler at Mike, and you get a deal. It doesn't change the fact that you're not gonna change my release date.
Right.
I'm in contract, so
there's a lot of people that would think otherwise.
Yeah.
They think if something happens to them on your turf, that it's competition or it's gonna be taken away from them. A lot of that goes around.
I'm not arrogant, but then it's my spot is my spot. Nobody take my spot. This is what it is. So I work at a different work ethic, and I work with a different way of approaching my craft. I'm not saying you approach yours less like with less effort than me, but I just do it differently. So it's fine. I give you the tools, but I'm building Statue of David. You still building Snoopy. I mean, it's. I'm just. That was arrogant, but
little arrogant.
No. It's just I look at what I do is I'm still working on my craft. I'm still trying to reach those levels. We had the same paintbrushes, but I'm trying to make the Sistine Chapel. You know what I'm saying? But you still got to figure out your watercolors. But at least I gave you the brushes. But you know what I'm saying? It's all good, but I want everybody to win, and I don't think anybody winning right along with me or me telling somebody to come with me, it's not gonna knock me off my thing. I'll do what I want when I want. If I want to put something out, I know how to do it. It just is what it is. But I want to work with who I want to work with, and you don't want to work with me, fine. Don't matter to me. I mean, I'm gonna do what I do regardless. But these Detroit just feels like they just gotta, oh, you ain't riding with me or you ain't on my team, then you ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Or he don't ever talk to nobody. He don't ever share or tell nobody nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what am I supposed to share with you?
Right. Your son's calling you.
Oh, yeah, in the middle of his sleep.
That's cute. Okay, kind of like closing out this podcast. I mean, you got the new album out right now on Odds and Ends, and it's very much like this is like a grown folks album. This has songs that are real life shit, real everyday working man's type of things. Kind of speak about what went into going putting out this album.
Everything went into it, man. Living, working, marriage, kids. I don't know, man. Everything from start to finish went into this album. Same thing went into Pipe Dream. Pipe Dream took just as long to make, to be honest with you. You know that. But
right.
I rewrote, I scrapped it probably about 5 times over with this album, but it's just a growing album, man. It's just, I don't look at it as a grown album. I just look at it, anybody can relate to it. It don't matter if you're 20 at a job or 40 at a job or 50 at a job. A lot of people hate their fucking job. So it's just, it's just a great. I think it's a good record. It's a real record. I was nervous about people taking an honest record right after something like Pipe Dream, but Pipe Dream was kind of honest too. But it had its bangers mixed in there. This record has a few bangers, and the track list is small, but it's a pretty complete, honest, project, and I'm pretty proud of it. So I'm just
I like that it was like only like 10 tracks long. It was very digestible.
Yeah.
and it's very easy to grasp, and just be able to dissect the album and really get a hold of what was being said.
Yeah, I mean, Pipe Dream was 13 tracks, and this was 10. I like to keep it around that. I mean, I don't really like to do. I mean, no disrespect to anybody that puts out like 20 track albums and shit, but it's too much rap.
That's too much, man. It's too much.
It's too much rap. I mean, I don't feel like, and I'm giving you too damn much. You gonna pay me double price for that shit. I mean, so
Right. The record
big.
contract doesn't.
I need to give me double for that. I mean, there's
Right.
2 albums, so I could split that up and get two checks. But I mean, it's just it's an honest record, and I'm glad the feedback has been so great. I'm really appreciative. So a lot of people has hit me up, and labels done a great job of pushing it. And I look forward to taking it out there. But everybody's been real receptive of it, man. I haven't gotten any bad reviews. So it's just cool. It's a good record. So thank you to everybody who's supported and bought it. If you ain't bought it, go buy it. But I look forward to doing a few more things. We'll see what happens. But I'm definitely proud of the project. Thank you to Oddisee, to everybody, to Mello, everybody like that. I mean, I'm just appreciative that everybody took to an album that I took so long to make. But you know what I'm saying. But it just they stuck around. So that was the weird thing, that everybody stuck around. So
how does it feel that people just kind of stuck around in a kind of a music era which is very short term, very easily forgettable?
Well, it just shows you that I made an album that the point of Pipe Dream was to make a record that stood for a minute, like, what I'm saying, lasted a minute. I didn't want a record that you would forget about in a year. So Pipe Dream lasted a while. Developed with Spirit lasted a minute. But this new record, it's the kind of a period piece. I just look at it to last a while. So that's how I make records. I want records that's gonna last. I don't want records that's just gonna last for the minute, last for the summer. So I just want records that's just gonna last, period. Just last for a while. So that's what's up. So thank you for having me, Mr. Fresh.
So what's next on the menu after this album, since this album's out now?
Just recording, man. Just doing what I want to do. So who knows, man. There's albums that I want to do with producers that I want to work with, but I'm doing a lot of new music with Hassan Mackey. So he makes beats now, and there's other producers that I want to rap with. So other dudes do albums that were long overdue. We might get around to finishing them. We might get around to working on them. I'm gonna do a lot of recording while I'm overseas for a couple months. I'm gonna try to stuff my studio in a bag, and then we'll see what comes out of it. I mean, it's just really this record just got started. So, but I'm still gonna be recording along the way. I got beats on top of beats from everybody, man. From Theory Hazard to everybody. It's a lot of producers that I really want to mess with. I do more work with Socrates, and just a lot of producers I really, really want to mess with. So I just want to work out, try new sounds out, do new stuff. So we'll see, man. I mean, no promises no more. I'm not looking for it. If a deal happens, great. So if it doesn't, it's all good.
It's all good.
I've seen enough. I've done enough. I've seen a lot. So it doesn't matter. I'm not I don't know, man.
You said earlier you're not chasing dreams anymore.
Not really. It just is what it is. I mean, I'll open the door if it's right there, and hey, how you doing? Hey, I'm saying, you want to go to France? Let's do it. I mean, but otherwise, I'm not making packages no more. I'm not sending shit to labels no more. It don't matter. I mean, I'm at the particular point where if they come to me and we work a situation out that's good for me and my family, then fine. But I don't have to ask for shit. So, and I'm not going to. I've never had to do that. So, damn it, there's the arrogant coming out again, but I don't.
Just a little bit.
I don't have. Look, I don't want to. I don't have to. I don't need to. It just is what it is. I just want to make some good music, and if you want to buy it to the labels, if you want to buy it, Mello, if you want to buy another one, you know what I'm saying. We can work something out. But I like being on Mello. I like being on a label that stands for something. So Mello stands for something. Interdependent stood for something. Every label or situation I've had has been with like really credible people. So Mello, it's all family. It's all good. So just is what it is. I'm just looking forward to making more music. So I think I just feel like, I guess the phrase and the motto is we can do more. We can always do more. So I'm just going to try to do more. This is what it is. More music. Money. Yeah. Everything. More stamps and passport. Just, it's what it is. So, but this time around, it's not just for me. So it's different. So if I tax your ass, then it's because if I get home, my wife going to tax my ass. So it's all good.
Right. Okay, as we close out this podcast, where can, people find you, on the internet, kind of plug your shit at this point?
Oh, man. Finale DET 313. It's on the Instagram, the Facebook, and the Twitter. I'm on that, so you can just hit me up on that. So I'm trying to get better at that stuff. So, retweeting and all that stuff and regramming and all that stuff like that. I'm trying to get better with it. I'm gonna get it one of these days. But if you hit me up, I'll answer back. It's all good. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get used to it. It's like community service for me now. So I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna try to really work on it while I'm overseas. So you might see a lot more posts and stuff like that coming from me. I think I probably only have maybe, I don't know, 35 posts, 40 on my Instagram or something like that. So it's pretty good.
I don't even know if I'm connected with your Instagram yet. I didn't even know you had an Instagram.
Yeah, see? There we go. I gotta figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll add you when I get home.
Yeah, man, let's do it, man. Instagram.
Add you know what I'm saying?
Instagram, tweets, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I just, let's
you tweet all your food that you eat overseas.
I don't do that. Nah, I don't do that. So Corona kept trying to make me do that shit. Take pictures of everything, and I gotta get used to it. I'm gonna take a camera with me this time, and make sure everything is good. But I still gotta pack, so it's all good. So what time is it now? Shit.
It's 10:30.
Damn it, I ain't packed shit. We'll figure it out. But yeah, man, thanks for having me, bro. So,
all right, yeah, thanks for being on the first episode of Fresh is the Word.
Sweet.
And like always, it's always great to talk to you.
Oh yeah, man. You always bring the arrogant side of me out. So, I'm like a cranky rapper or something. I don't really, I'm just do what I want, say what I want. Nobody can change my mind. I'm stuck in my ways. But yeah.
But you're not jaded yet. I don't know if you're jaded yet, but to the point where everything's just horrible to you. You can't even no one can bring up anything to you without you saying some shitty comment back.
I don't think I'm jaded in that respect, but I'm jaded into where I can if you ask me if I have a problem with you, I'll probably tell you. I'm at the point where I would tell you exactly that I do have a problem with you and what I think of it. So I don't have a filter anymore this time around.
Right.
It took a minute for me to figure out how to just shake hands and smile and kiss babies, and Invincible taught me that, and Corona taught me that. But I think over time and seeing people's true intentions and things like that, I don't have a filter anymore. So I'm still nice, but if you have an inkling that you feel like there's some type of tension, or you want to know what I truly think of you, you can ask me. I'll tell you. No filter at all. I'll tell you. if I just say, hey, let's just you're a bitch. I always thought you were a bitch. It just is what it is. But I just kept quiet because I'm a nice guy. But I don't care anymore. You're a rapper. It's just rap things you're doing, and I get it. But like, if you really want to know, just ask me and I'll tell you. If you want to know what I think of your music, ask me. I'll tell you. I don't have a filter anymore. Not with rappers. Rappers are funny. It just is what it is. You guys are hilarious. Like, I think being on the outside looking in, you see a whole lot more, and you see the patterns. I see what I used to do, and I don't have to do it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But I see what, now that I'm back in and seeing what I used to do and what you guys do on a regular basis, it's doubly funny to me. So it's just, you guys are funny. It just is what it is. You need clown hats and a clown car and makeup and shit. I mean, it's just funny guys. You know what I'm saying? You need it's like Dungeons and Dragons. It's just like made up shit. It's just funny. Like,
yeah, there's a lot of corniness going on.
Corniness, and like I don't know what's up with you guys, but it's funny, and it's funny because I know what you do to each other because you've done it to me. Like, we'll shake each other's hand, but I'll turn and I'll walk out the room. I know for a fact you're saying something else when I walk out the room.
Right.
And that's the funniest thing to me too. So I know what you've said. I know what you've done when I walked out the room. I know what you said in private. It always makes its way back. So that's the main reason I have no filter, is because I know everything. And a lot of people think I don't know everything, and they pop up in my face so hard when I'm out. What's up, man? How's the family? You don't know shit about my family. Right. But it's just, you know what I'm saying? It's just, I haven't spoken to you in so long. Like, rap is funny. I just want to make good music. If you want to do the same, let's do it. But all that extra rapper shit, I'm too grown for that. So I'm too grown, and my pimp hand too strong. So so it's just what it's.
There's an arrogance, a little bit.
Oh damn! I'm sorry.
A little bit there, a little bit.
It's all good, but you guys understand, so it's all good. You guys get it. You get it. You get me. You get me. I know you guys do. Detroit hip hop gets me. I know they do. That's why they stay away from me. They get me. So it's all right. I think we got a clear understanding, me and everybody. So it's cool. So it's what it is. Hip hop, I love it.
Right.
Love it so much.
Yeah. All right, man. It's been good to talk to you, man. Man. It's always good to talk to you, man. You're my brother, man. You're my brother.
Definitely, man. Definitely. That's why I could just talk shit like this. I can't do this on a regular interview. So Sharif will kick my ass. So no, but I definitely I could do what I want. It's all good. But yeah, man. Thanks for having me, bro. It's just like old times. I appreciate that shit. So you don't get your just due, man. So you're the man. I mean that. So you've done a lot for everybody. So we owe you a lot. So you've well, none of us had no damn write-ups in the beginning if it wasn't for your ass sneaking shit in on the editor and shit.
Right.
So, but I definitely appreciate the support. So you were the reason a lot of us got our shine throughout the city or whatever. So yeah, man.
It's my pleasure to always do that. Everybody earned it.
I know, but you earned a lot. You earned a lot too. We earned it, you know what I'm saying? But it didn't matter. It was your write-ups and everything, your website and everything that you pushed. You put everything behind it, so you didn't have to do that. So we appreciate you, man. So
no doubt.
Yeah. That's all That's all the like props I'm gonna be giving your ass. Like, in a
Oh,
second.
okay, all right.
That's it. So
That's enough. I don't need any more ass kiss.
Nah.
No more ass kissing.
Nah, I don't do that. But
No,
I mean,
no.
I definitely gave you a fair handshake and told you, you good job. That's what that was. That
Oh,
was
okay. I'm sorry.
was
I'm
nasty.
sorry. I'm sorry if I
I
thought
don't-
it was ass kissing.
No, I don't know.
I know you don't ass kiss anybody.
I don't. No, this is going completely left. I don't kiss ass.
It's
I don't
probably a
do it.
good time to end the podcast.
Yeah. My wife. No. Thank you, Fresh, for having me out.
Thank you, Finale, for being my debut guest. All right, let's end this.
All right. Peace.
Well, that was the interview with Finale. He's such a good dude. That's like a brother to me. So go out and purchase this new album, Odds and Ends. It's on the Mello Music Group label. So thanks for tuning in and listening to the first episode of Fresh is the Word. If you like what you hear and you want to support the podcast, just spread the word. You can post a link to the website, which is freshasthepodcast.com, on all your social medias. Plus, if you go to the website, there's a link at the top that says support the podcast. And from there, there's a PayPal link that you can use. And also, if you shop on Amazon, there's an Amazon link on the website that you can use. Just bookmark it, put in your favorites, and every time you shop on Amazon, use that link, and I'll earn a little bit of commission on each and every one of those purchases. And on social media, we're on both Twitter and Instagram at freshastheword1. That's fresh as the word, then the number 1. You can also search on Facebook for Fresh is the Word, and the page will pop up. So give that a like. Again, thanks for listening, and I don't know how to close it, so peace.
Fresh is the word.